You just wanted to stroke it. You just wanted to stroke it. When people think and talk about sustainability, the first thought isn't data. It's not how have I structured all of my information. It's the kind of unsexy starting point that people often go forward and think of the kind of shiny quick wins or low-hanging fruit. But the reality is, if you don't have all of your information managed in a standardized, structured way, then everything that comes after it is so much harder. So the data part is the foundational layer to achieving more sustainable transformation within the industry.
What kind of data do people need?
So when we look at data, like what typically people focus on is product data. And product data is a really important part of the analysis of your impact. However, there's all these other areas, which is the sampling process, your sample hit rate, where you're shipping all your samples from. And then there's also this other part which often gets forgotten, which is buying practices, the ethics, the human side of it, which ultimately is fundamental to look at before starting to approach the environmental side or looking at them alongside each other. How you're negotiating your payment terms, do you pay on time? All of these things should be considered as part of the impact of your business, your product. So it's a lot more holistic, and it's really looking at it from multiple angles and looking how you operate as a business, how are you approaching doing production. What's often hard in production is to understand the impact of your decisions outside of your immediate decision-making process. So if you delay an approval, if you change your mind, you can't understand the impact that that may have. And this is something where technology can really play a very powerful role, is in holding everyone accountable for their decisions, because every decision made in production may have an impact, large or small, but often the impact of these decisions are not communicated back to the person who's made them. So, the large decisions that have these major impacts is things like cancelled orders, is things like changing the payment terms halfway through an order, is things like cancelling styles where the material's already been sourced. But technology can make you aware of the impact of those changes. If you tell people that something has a bad impact on someone else and appeal to the human side of them, then you're more likely to get them to make the right decision. Ultimately, with our industry, people want to be good, they want to do the right thing, but what happens is that things get in the way, life gets in the way. There's someone saying this needs to be here on this time, otherwise we're going to get fined, okay? And then it doesn't, and everyone freaks out, and then they blame someone. It's really challenging to make the right decision when you've got all these pressures. But if you have really set, structured ways of working in there, then you can actually set you and your team and your factory relationship up for success more easily. And really our philosophy, our belief is that to jump forward further in the progression of the industry, which is what is needed. We haven't got time to make tiny incremental changes. To make that leap, it starts with changing how brands and their manufacturers view their working relationship together and shift from this transactional and kind of exchange-based towards a collaborative partnership. Because the essence of what makes a collaborative partnership is that both of you benefit, is that new value is created for every part of that relationship rather than just one side.